What's up everybody, this is Totally Ven, welcoming you to yet another M.O.C.ked Spotlight, where we take a shit on what you build. For today's episode, we'll be taking a look at Junebug, built by BionicNexoMars and uploaded, once again, to the creation section of bionicle.com. Now before we get started, allow me to go over my method of reviewing, which involves a point system that is based on 3 fundamental attributes: the overall appearance of the M.O.C., the build of the M.O.C. itself, and the concept and ideas behind the M.O.C.'s creation. Each quality will mount up to 5 points, leading up to a final score which will be determined at the end of the episode. And please remember that this is all based on my opinion. And now we can get this started. It's hip the fuck bees. It's hip the fuck bees. Oh my god, oh shit. Sorry, that got into my mind somehow from looking at this M.O.C. But yeah, I'm sure I'm not the only one who got to think about bees. Now, it isn't as much the wings as it's those sweet wide hips that made me think of bees. And these wide hips and the Gali Mata style hand for a boob are evidence for this M.O.C. going for a female look. But we'll hold that off until we get to the concept. So yeah, besides the insectoid look, this M.O.C. also conveys a slight hint of Rakshi in the stubby arms, the long legs with Rakshi leg parts, and obviously the Rakshi head. Seriously, you should have just said it's because of the head. You don't have to impress me. I'm the critic here. But what does impress me is the build. It's much like Kingi 333's M.O.C. because it uses really small parts to achieve its means. The torso looks well thought out and entirely custom, using mainly technique and a little bit of system to still achieve a harmonized look. One thing I really like is the lower half of the torso, which uses Hordika necks for connection with the legs. And with as little weight as the upper body has, the Glatorian neck seems to be enough to support the weight. Now to what bothers me about the build: the legs and the wings. And before you ask, I don't have a hatred for wings just because I criticized 2 M.O.C.s with wings in a row. Now first, I think with this leg construction, there's little mobility in a way that humanoid legs like these should have. This M.O.C. wouldn't be able to take any big steps or even sit down. And I'm not sure about the stability of the wings. They seem to be connected with a single blue pin.
I hate blue pins!
So I'm afraid they'll just flop around when you try to play with them. Also, since it's a theme now, hands. The M.O.C. has custom hands. And I ran out of hand puns. Rider slave, I want hand jokes next time. Okay, so now to the concept. What do we have here? Well, that was informative. So I was right on the Rakshi part and on the female M.O.C. thing. But story-wise and idea-wise, this is disappointing. Final score! In terms of appearance, this M.O.C. gets a 4 out of 5. Looks like much despite being rather minimalistic. And you can see what it's supposed to be, and it's nice to look at. Although, I was off with the bee thing. Build-wise, we can give Junebug a 3.5 out of 5. I'm impressed, mainly because of the small custom torso, but the legs are still confusing to me. Maybe it's just more of a display M.O.C. than a play with M.O.C. The concept is even less than what we had to work with last time, but the creator nailed the female and Rakshi look, so we can add some points to that. So let's say 3 out of 5, setting the final score to a nice 10.5. So yeah, that's it then. You built one hot Rakshi lady there, BionicNexoMars. Keep at it. And you people keep at it too. Or don't. Seriously, someone forced me to check the TDV boards for once. Thanks. I'll make sure to see your stuff there. And then I'll see you next time.